But right. So right now I'm teaching a class about biology. So you guys all know what biology is, right? Right? It's a branch, right? Branch of science that concerns living beings, plants, animals, all that stuff. So before we start, let me ask a question. Let's say little Billy's mom has blue eyes and his dad has brown eyes. What color do you think Billy's eyes will be? Well,
Black.
why do you think so?
Because blue mixed with brown.
That's actually a pretty good guess. Are there any other ideas?
Brown?
Brown, that's a very good guess too, but why not blue?
Because blue is less common than brown.
That's actually a very good observation. Is there anyone else? All right. So you guys all had very good ideas. So this is how it works. Do you guys have any idea what DNA is, how it works? Right? So DNA is basically the instruction manual to how your body is created, right? We're all on the same page on that. Right? Is that right? Right? DNA is how it gives you instructions, basically. Like say you get a cut, your DNA will have instruction on how to fix it. Now, all the DNA we have is organized into chromosomes. We have 46 chromosomes in total, 23 from our mother and 23 from our father. Now, these chromosomes, they control traits. And these traits can include things such as we talked about it, right? Eye color, the color of your hair, the color of your skin, how tall, short you are. All of that is controlled by your chromosomes. Now, the pairs of chromosomes, they actually usually control the same, they control the same trait. They both control height, whatever, right? But they have different information. Let's go back to Billy, right? Billy's mom had blue eyes, but Billy's dad had brown eyes. So there is conflicting information. I'll tell you guys later how the conflict is resolved. Now, the study of how our parents' traits affect us is called genetics. Why do you guys think genetics are important? Do you have something to say, Matthew? There's no stupid questions, no stupid answers either.
To control the height and hair of everything,
Yeah, that's true. If you study genetics, you can help determine, hey, what color is my children's hair going to be? What color are their eyes going to be, right? That's true. Any other ideas? Come on, have you never watched any crime movies? What happens when the police go to the crime scene, right?
The fingerprints?
Exactly. Fingerprints are determined by your genetics. Everyone's fingerprints are unique. This is why you can unlock your phone with a fingerprint, right? If I steal a random person's phone, I can't immediately open it with my fingerprint because my fingerprint is different from theirs, right? Even if you have an identical twin, your fingerprints are different. Your parents' fingerprints are going to be different. Everyone's fingerprints are going to be different from you. Now, all of that code is in your DNA. And your DNA, again, genetics. Any other ideas? And what about, how much do you guys know about, what about medicine, right? Medicine. You know that stuff like high blood pressure. If your parents have it, you might have it too, right? You could eat the perfect diet. You could exercise every day. You could sleep early, but you could still get some diseases simply because your parents or even your grandparents have them, right? Genetics is so useful because it determines it can help you predict what you might get, right? If your grandparents have a certain disease, the traits they pass to your parents can help determine whether you will have it or whether your children will have it too. And there's also blood type, right? How many of you guys know about blood types? All right, Matthew, how much do you know so far?
Not much.
It's fine. I don't know too much either. How much do you know?
What do you mean?
Like, what makes blood types? Just tell me what you know about blood types.
I know that there are different types, like A, O. I think there's B.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a sec, Ethan, okay? Can people mix blood types?
Yeah. And only certain types of blood types go together, I think.
That's true. Let's go Ethan first. What were you about to say?
I'm pretty sure type O blood is the blood that you can insert into anybody's body. And then there's also like different types of blood that you can only insert into other people that have the same blood type as you. For example, if you have A type blood, you can't have somebody who has, like, let's say B type blood, and they can't insert that blood into you, or else something will happen.
Yeah.
If you insert O type blood, because O type blood, everybody can use it. If you insert O type blood into anyone, you can basically save their life.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to cover blood types in another day. So yeah, you're actually ahead of the class, Ethan. Loretta, what were you about to say?
I think it was when I learned about this, I think there was also O negative, O positive,
Oh,
A
yeah.
negative, and A positive, and more like that.
Yeah. I'll cover all of that later on. Right now, we're going to start just a little simpler. So you guys all know how important genetics are now, right? Because if you don't know what your blood type is, because if you don't understand genetics, you don't know where your blood type is. If you get really hurt, you lose a lot of blood. If you don't know what your blood type is, you could die, because if you receive the wrong type of blood, your body will reject it and your body will literally shut down. So genetics, it's all started from this guy over here he's called Gregor Mendel. So 150 years ago, he used pea plants he bred pea plants, and he observed the offspring they produced, and he derived a lot of his genetic theory from it, right? So let's look at this down here. This is the grandfather generation, all right? A tall pea plant and a short pea plant make a tall pea plant. Another tall pea plant and another short pea plant make another tall pea plant. Let's say these two pea plants produce 4 offspring. How many of them are tall? How many of them are short? Random guesses are fine.
3 tall and 1 short.
How do you know that?
Because the tall have like mostly tall chromosomes that produce tall like stems, but they still have a little bit of the short chromosomes, so there will be less short ones than the tall ones.
Why do the tall ones automatically have more chromosomes than the short ones?
Because they're all tall.
You know, you were actually very, very close, and you are right. You are right. If the grandparents, there's 2 tall and they breed with 2 shorts, on average, on average, you will have 3 tall plants for every short plant that is created. Now, I'll explain in detail down here. So the way we used to determine whether a plant will be tall or short, or just anything really, to determine the combinations, the outcomes of anything, we use this thing called Punnett squares. So let's go back to Billy for a second, okay? There's something I forgot to explain. So if you have two traits that are, if you have different genes that control the same trait, it's called alleles. Can you guys remember this word? Right? So we already said eye color and height is an allele. Do you get what do you guys think are other alleles?
Hair type and hair curliness.
Yes,
Hair
that's
color.
perfectly right. Curliness, and if your hair is curly or straight, that's an allele. It's determined by two genes that may have different information. Any other ideas?
Eye color?
Eye color, yeah, eye color. Anything else?
Skin color.
Skin color, that's right. Loretta?
Maybe blood type?
Yeah, blood type. That's right. Blood type has many different alleles. Right, I think you guys get the hang of the word. Remember the word alleles. So let's go back to Billy, right? Let's say these are Billy's parents, okay? Now, this is Billy's mom, right? She has blue eyes. Now, remember, Billy's mom's mom, so Billy's grandma, gave Billy's mom an allele for blue eyes, and Billy's mom's dad gave her an allele for blue eyes. So right now she's blue, right? And this right here would represent Billy's dad, right? Billy's dad's dad gave him a brown eye allele, and Billy's dad's mom also gave him a brown-eyed allele. So just fill in the square here. What do you think goes over here? Just pull these letters into the square together. What's in this square?
Small b, big B.
That's correct. And this one?
Small b, big B.
All right, Matthew. I'll try someone else this time. How about you, Loretta? What do you think is in this box?
Small b, big B?
That's correct. And Camille, what do you think would be in this one?
Small one, big one.
All right. Just looking at this alone, and remember, right? Remember, big B represents brown, small b represents blue. What do you think Billy's eyes, what do you think would be the color of Billy's eyes? Random guesses are fine, again. Loretta,
Blue?
why do you think so?
Because most of them are blue.
All of them are blue, actually, but all of them are also brown. Why do you think it's blue?
Wait, I think it's brown. This is like the dad. No, I forgot that word though.
Wait, never mind.
What are you gonna say? What were you gonna say, Loretta?
I just forgot.
Oh no, that's fine then. All right, Ethan, what is it?
I'm pretty sure since you write the big B in front, it's brown eyes.
You're actually perfectly right. Now, because big B is something we call dominant, right? Because this is why we write brown. This is why for brown we write capital B, and for blue we write lowercase, to signify that brown is basically more important than blue. So in all of these combinations, then, what would it would all be? What color would Billy's eyes be, right? Even if Billy's parents gave him 3 brothers or sisters, what would all of their eye colors be?
Brown.
Right, so 100% of them would be brown, right? And here's another little word that we need to remember. Genotype. So a genotype is basically just the, oh, my computer is giving me issues. So this word over here, genotype, this is basically just organizing, right? You're drawing the Punnett square, and you're organizing all the possible combinations that can make that can be created, right? Whether it be big B, big B, small b, any of that. So this is a genotype, right? And this here is the phenotype. Does someone want to say something? Victor, do you have something to share?
No.
Okay, that's fine. So the phenotype is basically the results, right? When you look at the genotype, you look at the information it gives you, and then you take a result from all of it. So the phenotype, it's all big B, small b. So from this genotype, we can say with certainty that all of Billy's brothers or sisters will have brown eyes, right? So let's say that, so right, there's dominance, like I said earlier, because big B, quite frankly, it's just, I don't know why either. It's dominant to little b. Brown is dominant to blue. If one parent, what is it, Matthew?
Is the father genes like always the dominant one?
No, it doesn't matter if it's the mother or the father. It just matters if it's what genes they are specifically. If the mother had brown eyes, but the father had blue eyes, the children would still have brown eyes. If this situation if it was still in this situation. Yes, Bowen?
This is just a hypothesis. So is it because Billy is a boy, so he's more likely to receive his dad's like genetics?
Actually, we'll get to that. That's actually very relevant to something we'll learn later on. But in this situation, no, the gender of Billy really doesn't affect the color of his eyes. And Ethan, yeah?
Let's say a person in a rare case has two different eye colors and both
Mhm.
parents have two different eye colors. So what happens?
Well, can you repeat the question? That wasn't really clear.
Okay, then I'll just.
Just say it again. The audio suddenly cut. I have a pretty bad computer.
Okay, like let's say you have here like this. But basically, let's say if
you
both
say it.
parents, yeah, just basically if both parents have two different eye colors, then
Two
what
different eye
happens?
colors?
Yeah, like one person has like green and hazel, no, like blue and hazel, and the other person has a different eye color.
Oh, are you talking about the alleles?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually gonna get to that later. You guys are so smart, you know. You're predicting my class before it even happens. Okay, so you guys get how dominance works, right? Basically, one gene is just dominant over the other. If brown exists, it's automatically brown. It doesn't matter what blue thinks, it's brown. So adding off to what Ethan was saying, if we're talking about Billy here, right? Billy's would be considered heterozygous because he has both the brown and the blue, right? His father gave him an allele for a brown eye, and his mother gave him an allele for a blue eye. Are you guys following along? All right. So Billy is called heterozygous, hetero being different, right? So let's say Billy finds a wife in the future. What would his wife be called? If Billy is heterozygous, what would his wife be?
Dominant?
What is it, Matthew? Say it again.
Dominant?
No. Do you know what the opposite of hetero would be? It's homo. Homo means the same. Hetero means different. So, again, remember, both of Billy's parents are homozygous. Billy and all of Billy's brothers and sisters would all be heterozygous. like all Billy and all of his siblings, they would all have brown eyes, but they would still be different from their dad because Billy is heterozygous. His dad is homozygous, and his mom is also homozygous. Do you guys remember can you guys remember these two words for me? Great, excellent. So yeah, back to this situation. Let's say Billy here, he finds a wife with this genotype. Do you guys remember what it's called?
Homozygous.
That's right, Matthew. So let's say they have 4 children. What would be in this square? What would this child have?
Brown.
So like just big B or small b.
Homozygous.
Homozygous big B or homozygous small b?
Big B. Big B.
That's right. And what about this square?
Big B, small b.
That's correct. This one?
Double big B.
Don't have to raise your hands for this one. Just shout it out.
Double small b.
Big B, small b.
That's right. So what's this called again? Just organizing all of them into the possible combinations. What's it called
Genotype.
again?
Genotypes.
Genotype. That's right. You're too smart, Matthew. All right, give the other kids a bit of a chance. So, the results. What would all of their children's eye colors be?
Brown.
That's right. How many of them? Okay, brown. How many of them would be brown? Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hands. Just shout it out.
6.
6. They only have. Let's just assume they have 4 children. How many of them would have brown eyes?
2.
2. Yeah.
4.
Who thinks 2? Okay. That was no. Just remember, big B is dominant to little b, right? And what is big B again?
Brown.
Right. So what would all of their eye colors be?
Brown.
Brown.
So everyone has brown eyes, right? But here's the difference, right? Some of them have, what is it again? What zygous?
Heterozygous.
I guess.
Right? Right? So we have 50% heterozygous, and the other 50% obvious. Oh, that is ugly. And the other 50% obviously is just
Homo.
homozygous, right?
Yes.
You guys are catching up so fast. Come on. All right. Now, let's say, oh, that's no peeking. Let's say Billy and his wife break up and he finds another wife. Now, this wife has the same, what zygous?
Heterozygous.
Homozygous.
That's right. Same alleles as he does. Again, 4 children. What did they have? Shout it out.
Brown.
Oh,
Brown.
In terms of like big B, small b.
Big B, big B.
big.
Uh,
Yeah.
Big B, small b.
small b. Big B, small b. But this time one of
Small
their
b, small b. Big B.
That's right. So, all right. What percentage of your children has brown eyes?
75%.
70%.
That's right. And what percentage of them has homozygous brown eyes?
Sir.
60.66%.
30.
Homozygous brown eyes.
Oh, so is it how many of the brown eyes have
25.
25. I heard who said 25?
Me. Lower.
All right. You're right. So it's 25% big B, big B. So this child basically has no chance of having a child with blue eyes. Now, how many percent of them are heterozygous?
50.
2.
50. That's right. And who else? Who are we missing here?
25. 25%
25%,
of B and small b.
right? So So this would be how you have, so right, 75% of brown eyes, 25% have blue eyes. Now let's say Billy breaks up again because I don't know what's wrong with him. Let's say Billy this time finds a wife with like blue eyes, homozygous small b. What are the children?
Small b, big B.
All right.
Small b, big B.
Small B.
Big B. Small b and small b. Small b and small b.
All right. All right. Genotypes. No. Phenotypes. What are they?
50% B,
50%.
big B, small b,
Small
and
B.
then 50% B,
Oh, just B.
small b, small b.
You're all very correct. So now let's assume that Billy here. This one's boring. You guys should get it quickly. Let's assume that Billy here has, let's say Billy has blue eyes too. And he found a wife that also has blue eyes. Just shout this one out.
B.
B. All small.
Small b, small b, small b, small b, small b.
All right, phenotypes.
100% small B.
That's right. So you guys catch up quick. All right. So let's just do a quick review just to see how much you guys remember. Right? Come on, shout it out.
Big B.
Big B. Small b, big B.
Small B,
and big B, big B, small b.
Big B.
Big
Small
B,
A
everything
big
else,
small B.
big B, small b.
That's right here.
Big
B.
Are you sure?
Small B.
No.
Small B.
Small
Two
b,
small
small.
b's.
All right.
Would have blue eyes.
So, okay, you guys are learning really, really quick. I guess I'll go a little ahead of what I plan to teach then. Give me a bit of a sec. So there's also this thing called incomplete dominance. First of all, can you guys guess what this means? Just from the pictures and, you know.
The mixture of the alleles.
You remember the word alleles? Again, in my class, you don't have to raise hands, just shout it out.
I'm pretty sure this is what happens when two colors, like when two alleles have no dominance over each other, and then they just kind of collide with each other.
Seriously, I don't know if I have enough material to finish teaching you guys. You're too smart. So yeah, that's basically it.
Can I add something?
Yeah, what is it?
So I think it's something like when the alleles, they don't interact with each other like fully, they're partially expressed, right? So sometimes when two colors mix, like red and white, they form pink, right?
Actually, you perfectly described another type of non-complete dominance. That's actually not incomplete dominance, because there's actually another type of incomplete dominance. It's called codominance, where it's like Bowen said, they are expressed but not equally. So they would have, basically you would have a flower with with like patches of white and red instead of pink. So incomplete dominance is they the traits of the alleles mix. Like say your mother has curly hair and your father has straight hair, the children would have wavy hair, right? Not quite curly, but not quite straight. That's incomplete dominance. There's another type of dominance that I didn't even put on here. You guys are too smart for me. There's actually another type of dominance called codominance, where the colors, they don't mix, but they're both expressed. So let's say you have a brown, you have a black cow and a white cow. In the case of codominance, you would get your classic, white cow with black patches or something like that. So, I mean, just for this one here, let's have some fun. Just drawing Punnett squares. You guys can all annotate, right? Like you guys can also draw on here too, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll just, oh, that is ugly. So I'll just draw this very ugly square thing on here. You guys can decide what let's just try white and red flowers for now.
I can't draw.
So what color would this be?
That's white.
This parent flower would be white. That's correct. What about this one?
Red.
Red. Okay. You guys are already completing the square. Just go on. All right. That's the genotype.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a genotype. So what would the phenotype be? That's correct. Now, and again, what color would they be?
Red, I think.
Remember, incomplete
Pink.
dominant.
Oh, pink.
Pink. That's right. That's pink. Okay, I'll have to clear all the drawings real quick. So let's try another one. Whew, you guys really learn quick. Sorry for the bad drawings, by the way. What color is the parent?
Red and white.
No, it's pink.
That's right. I'm asking you guys not to draw for now, okay? You guys can draw later.
I mean, that was a better table. Kind of.
So, what's the color of this parent?
White and white.
White. So, have at it.
Oh.
I can't see anything.
I mean, you guys still understand how it works, right?
Yeah.
Yup.
but-
You guys
But
really
I
are too
still
smart for
can't
me.
draw because I have a laptop.
Fair enough. I understand. Well, so 50%. You guys have already gotten the 50% down. 50% what color?
White and red. I know, white.
Pink.
White and
And
Pink.
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 And 50%.
White.
You guys got it.
Can it be like a more whitish pink?
That's actually something called polygenic traits, but I'm not teaching you guys that because I barely understand it either. So yeah, you can't, it's this thing, it's how it works with skin color. You can have slightly darker shades of brown or black, lighter shades of white. You can, but in this situation, we're just gonna assume they don't for the sake of simplicity. Okay, let me find something else to teach you guys. Well, I mentioned codominance. How much of that do you guys remember?
No.
Remember, incomplete dominance is when the traits mix. Just judging by process of elimination, what do you think codominance would be?
They don't mix, but they.
Go on, you're right.
They don't mix, they stay. They stay like the same color.
That's basically it. So I said, right? You have you just like black cow, white cow, right? What would the, let's see if I can draw it. Let's just pretend that this is a cow for a quick sec. Let's pretend that this is a cow. It's a white cow. And down here,
That looks like a bull.
it does. Again, I'm not the best artist. So, in the case of codominance, let's say, again,
Spots.
big square, lots of space for everyone,
Spots.
right? We've got white here. We've got black here. Fill it out.
Isn't it? No, wait.
What was, I heard someone saying something. What was it?
No, never mind.
That's fine.
I thought of another thing. No, it was a different one.
Feel free to mention it.
No, it was the first thing you mentioned. It was the
Incomplete dominance.
no, nothing complete. The one before that.
Wait, is it incomplete dominance or dominant?
Codominant? This one's codominant.
Yep, this one's codominance. So yeah, 100%, 100% BW, right? Spots. Well, you guys really are way too fast for me. Okay. Feel free to draw on the cows as much as you want, but don't touch the squares for now.
So like incomplete dominance, it would like result in a like white cow with some black spots, right?
That's right. If we're using black and white.
Oh,
Okay. My pen is giving me issues. Phil, let's say one cow's already got spots. It's mating with a completely black one.
what if both of them are codominant?
Do you mean heterozygous?
Yeah.
We can do that later. We'll do that right after we do this
So
one.
what if like both of them are like incomplete dominance?
If they're incomplete dominant, right, they'll just mix.
So wait. So the pink and pink will mix.
Oh,
Well,
no. If you guys want to do pink and pink, right? Here,
Make pink.
let's finish this one first and then I'll get right back to that one. So, right, children, how many color?
50% black and
50%
black
blue,
and white.
blue eyes and brown eyes.
This is cows.
50% brown and white, no, black and white, and then 50% of only
Only black.
Black.
That is correct. So since you guys mentioned it, I'll just draw it out here. let's do flowers again. And this is incomplete dominance. I trust that you all know what that is.
That's the one that's mixed, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Have at it. I
Like,
mean,
technically, if you have two white flowers, you won't get a red and
allele-
white flower.
alleles.
Yeah, if you have if you have pink alleles, so you won't get a red flower. I'm pretty sure you just get lighter or darker shades of pink. Isn't that how Socrates work?
I mean, let's collect the phenotypes first, all right? 50% pink is correct. What about all of this stuff left here?
25% white, 25% red.
And yeah, does that answer that? This answers your question, right? If both of their parents are heterozygous, it's the same thing with the brown eyes. It's the same thing with the brown eyes or blue eyes. Just here, right? Red, you got red flowers here, white flowers here, pink, pink. Okay. You guys really are too smart. I need to find some more stuff. Okay, here. Let's see what other questions I have. Let's do sex-linked traits.
Wait,
Okay,
is that when you cut a piece off a sort of plant and then plant it somewhere else?
that's not quite, not quite. All right, I'm sorry that I don't have this on the board. I'll just have to say it, I guess. So we all know how our gender is determined by chromosomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you tell me what makes a girl, what makes a boy.
Your
Chromosomes.
gender and your chromosomes. Genetics.
There's X in terms of like X and Y, right?
I don't
Yeah,
think
if
it
you
would.
have double X, then you get a boy, and if you get XY, you get a girl.
It's actually the opposite way around, but yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, Loretta? Were you about to say something?
Nothing.
And that's
It's fine.
probably why males can get diseases in the X chromosome a lot more because they don't have another X chromosome.
How do you already know that? Yeah, that's basic. That's basically what
What's
I was
the
about
X
to do.
chromosome?
Pardon?
What is an X chromosome?
I think it was
yeah.
the boy.
Loretta, go.
I think it was the boy. Something.
No. See, both sexes have one X chromosome. It's the next chromosome that determines it, right? Everyone has an X, but if you're XX, you're female. If you're XY, you're male. So I'll show you how this stuff works here. So we all know, I remember something saying about like the gender of your children. So it is actually related to genetics here. So, right, you've got your mother here, you've got your father here, right?
Wait, what? Wait, which is father? Which is mother?
XX is mother, XY is father, I think.
There you
Or
go.
the other.
Laura, you were right the first time.
Oh.
So come on, fill it out.
Oh. I had to annotate.
And this one's obvious, right? What percentage are boys? What percentage are girls?
50% boys, 50% girls.
There you go, right? Now, I'll let you guys finish writing it out. Yeah, well, you guys basically get how it works perfectly. Now, when we start having fun is when the X chromosome starts carrying diseases, right? The thing about the Y chromosome is it's actually smaller than a girl's X chromosome. So when you have a graph that not graph, when you have a picture of chromosomes, X, it usually looks like this. This is what a girl's usually looks like. And this, give me a sec. And this is actually what a guy's look like, right? So you got X, 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 Y. This is what a chromosome under like a powerful microscope really looks like. So because Y is smaller, it doesn't hold many genes. So it's always the second one. If there are any diseases, it's the second X chromosome that holds it, right? So we all know what baldness is, right? And we all know that's more common than males than females, right? This right here is why. Let's say the mother carries the baldness chromosome. Let's just say that B here stands for bald, okay? Fill it out.
Oh.
Right. So right now, phenotypes, right? I think I'll do the phenotypes this time because it's just a little bit more complicated. So XBX, and again, always these sex-linked traits are always recessive. We all know we remember what recessive means, right?
No.
Dominant means that if it's there, it gets read, it gets interpreted. What do you think recessive means?
Not dominant.
Exactly. So if there is a dominant gene, it just isn't expressed. Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, so it's XBX 25%.
50, right? Wait, no, that 25%. It's 25, it's 25. I'm wrong. Right? It's 25. Can we guess what this child is, right? Gender and baldness. What's the gender? Is she bald or I already gave it away. What's the gender? Is it bald or not?
Girl.
Girl, is she bald?
No.
No.
No, right? Because she only has one. So this
But
one,
if she has it on the second X chromosome, would she have the bonus?
in the future, I'll show you a combination where that might happen. So this 25% is here, right? So you also have XX. This is another 25%. All right. Gender, baldness, yes, no.
No, girl.
Girl and not bald, right? And see, let's skip number. Oh, where did that come from?
What, XB?
Right. XBY. There's a 25% chance of that. Gender, bald or not?
Not bald boy.
Right? Boy is correct. The boy would be bald because see, Y is not the same as X. Right? Y basically in this situation, think about it this way. The Y doesn't exist. There is only one square.
Oh, so there's only one X that's bald.
Right. There's only one X. Remember, the Y is just kind of there. It doesn't really do anything. So, right, X, B, Y. So the boy would be bald. And now this last one.
Bald boy.
Boy, not bald.
right? Boy, not bald. You guys get the idea pretty well. So here, I'll draw another situation here. Let's say that the mother here has a copy of the baldness gene, and she marries a bald guy. Fill it out.
BXB.
Phenotypes, I think I can trust you guys to do this one here. Keep going. Okay, since it's looking just a little bit like a mess, which I don't blame you guys, you have to draw on your trackpads and stuff. 25%. Just starting from the first square, we're going here, 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 and here. So what's in the first box? First box, what's in it?
XBXB.
So go on.
So that's girl bald.
That's right. Remember, this is a recessive gene. So if it's here, girl bald, basically it. So this here, what is it?
Girl not bald.
That's right. And here?
Boy bald.
Boy bald. And here?
Boy.
No wait, I thought you said. Oh yeah, never. Yeah.
What's in
The
this
boy
box?
at the bottom right is not bald.
You guys are all right. What's going on?
I don't.
It's just background noise.
Oh yeah, that's fine then. So there's that. And I suppose that this is just beating a dead horse at this point, since you guys know it so well already. Let's say a bald woman marries a guy who isn't bald. Fill it out, tell me the results. Keep going. Give me a second, I'm gonna have a drink of water.
Phenotypes.
Hold on.
Boy bald.
Right? You guys let's just, what is it? First square, what's in here?
Girl not bald.
Girl not
Here?
bald. Girl not
Girl, not bald. Not bald. Remember, it's recessive. What's in here?
Boy bald. Boy bald.
This one.
Oh,
Girl not bald.
not bald.
Boy bald.
Boy bald. Boy bald.
Right? Oh gosh, you guys are really learning too quick. So again, this ties back a bit to like the whole importance of genetics, right? If your mom is bald, and you're a guy, you should really be worried, right? And if your dad's bald, flip a coin. Right? I mean,
Not right.
You guys really have exhausted everything I was planning to teach. Like I was planning to teach the whole sex links traits thing like next class. Huh, let me think.
Next class, is that allowed?
I was planning on teaching that next class. You guys are just too smart for me. Give me a second.
1.
Oh,
Here, let's do it this way. Okay, let's say you're a dog. Okay, let's say I'm just gonna make it harder for you guys since you guys are so smart. Let's say you guys are let's say you're breeding a dog, okay? Now, you want to know, and you know that these dogs have a recessive illness that can make them deaf. So you want to make sure your dog, and you want to breed this dog, right? You want to make sure that all your puppies are not deaf. So first of all, it's a male dog, and this dog is known to carry the deafness gene. What would the alleles for the dog be? What could they possibly be?
Mostly deaf.
Just draw them out, right? Draw them out.
But you only gave us one.
Just one parent. We're not drawing a square, just drawing it for one parent.
How do you draw that?
Just it's male, right? X, Y, all the possible combinations of him being deaf or not, right? Wait.
Wait, so you need a D there?
Give me a second. I'm not planning this right.
D, Y. X, D, Y.
Here, let's say for the purpose of this that the Y chromosome actually can also carry the gene, okay? So let's just say let's say if you got let's say you can get this just for the sake of the practice. Let's say this is one dog, and so this would make the dog deaf. This would make the dog not deaf, and this would make the dog perfectly fine.
No, but I thought you said the Y doesn't really exist, so that's
I mean,
deaf.
You're right, but you guys are too smart anyways. Just challenging your brain a little bit. So right, it's a male dog. The dog can hear. What could his phenotypes be? I already gave you guys the answer. I already gave you guys the answer. Are you sure that's the only one, Camille?
Oh yeah.
You guys get the point, right? He could either be perfectly fine. He could either be perfectly fine, just X, Y, or he could be a carrier, right? So I'm just gonna clear all the drawings for a second.
Why is it a B?
Pardon?
Never mind.
Oh yeah, you guys can use D, B, whatever you want, just to signify that he's, deaf. So we're gonna finish this and then class is over. So right now, these are all the possible genotypes for the dog. How would you make sure that the dog is deaf? What are all the possible crosses? No, first of all, how would you make sure the dog is deaf or not?
You
The
can,
doctor.
yeah. Or you could
You
just,
also if you want to guarantee that the dog is deaf, you can pretty much just get a female deaf dog and then just breed them.
Perfect. You guys really are too smart. Jeez. So for the female deaf dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the female deaf dog. So what would the first possible combination be? One person, please, just write it out here. This is the male dog we're talking about who may or may not be deaf.
So that would be XYD.
XY. Further, let's assume that this is one of his possible allele combinations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fill it out.
Next time, fluent. Zoom.
So 50% XDX and 50% XDY.
So basically, all of his puppies can hear, right?
Really?
Recessive, remember, and we're assuming that the Y can also carry the gene.
Oh, so yeah, then obviously you're here. Yeah.
Right? So all of his pups can hear. Now let's say we go. Now let's say the female here. Now let's say that this is Gilbert's. Now let's say that this is the dog, right? Fill it out. Even if you guys don't want to fill it out, just shout it out, right? What's the phenotypes?
25% XCYD. I think 50% XDX and 25%. Wait, what? Oh shoot.
I'm on glitch.
YD? No, wait.
Oh no.
Ooh, just put it
No,
simply.
50% XDYD, 50% XDX.
Right? Who Ethan got it right. So just to sum it up, right? How would the breeder know that the dog is deaf or not?
If it's a
I
boy,
don't know.
if it's a boy, it's deaf.
Yeah, but we want to make sure that the dog here is the dog here deaf or not? How would we know?
No, it's not. I don't think so.
Well, you guys get the point, right? Okay, just judging from the puppies, how would we know, right? Because in one situation, okay,
But
I'll
it's
give you guys.
50-50.
Honestly, he could be both.
I'll give you guys the answer since I didn't manage this very well. So in one situation, all of his puppies could hear, right? Because it's a recessive trait. Right? In one situation, all of the puppies could hear. That means that he's fine. In the other situation, half of them were deaf. So that means he's deaf. I'm sorry for dragging this on. I'll see all of you guys next week, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
so.
See you guys.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.